Hey guys, Fatiguu here.
What's up, everybody? Hitman Blood here.
So if you guys haven't noticed by now by those intros, Hitman Blood and I are in fact doing a dual commentary. I stumbled upon Hitman Blood's videos and I approached him because his videos are pretty much awesome and he too is a hunter main, so I was like, what a great opportunity for us to do a dual commentary and talk a little bit about the hunter class in Cataclysm and just WoW in general. So Hitman Blood, for my viewers on my channel that are a little bit unfamiliar with the content you present on your channel, why don't you tell them a little bit about what goes down in Hitman Bloodland?
Well, in my channel, I just do PvE videos, PvP videos. I have all sorts of hunter guides, add-on guides. I play a hunter, that's my main, and I also have a druid alt that I do PvP on, so you could expect to check that out. And I know our subscribers are pretty similar, so they would probably enjoy each other's subscriber base.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. We definitely put out similar content as both of our mains are hunters. On my channel, I got the Let's Play of a druid as well, and I got the raid content coming from the hunter. So lots of spherical aspects of the hunter class going on throughout
Yes,
both
yes,
channels.
similar.
Definitely, definitely similar. So why do you think you chose a hunter class? I mean, there's tons of class in the game. You could have chose any class, but why did you main your hunter rather than making this such a serious, why did you choose a hunter? Why did you choose to main your hunter in Cataclysm or however long you've mained a hunter for?
Well, coming back in the day, I played a lot of first-person shooters, Counter-Strike, all the original Call of Duty, stuff like that. And I like the aspect of being away from my opponent, killing somebody from range. And my uncle originally played the game before me, so he played a hunter, and I would watch him just destroy the DPS charts,
Oh
be
yeah.
just insanely overpowered. I'm like, I need this, I need to be able to one-shot people, especially back then with the aim shot stuff. You used to just crit
Oh
people
yeah.
clothies for nothing. So yeah, just the hunter class. It appeals to me as something that I can stay away from somebody, stay at range, and just pew pew while they die really quickly.
Now, for me, it's exactly the opposite. Every RPG, pretty much, I play, I always opt to go the melee class versus the range class. So it was like,
Okay.
when I started WoW, I was like, I started out as a warrior. I was like, this is kind of boring. They're just warriors. Nothing too fun about that. I mean, warriors are awesome. I see now they just wreck people. But back then, I first started, I didn't really know what I was doing. So I was like, yeah. Well, these guys get a pet. I mean, I guess that's pretty cool. I guess I'll try these guys out. And then all the levels in pile, I was like, yeah, you know what? I could stick with this for a little while. This is definitely pretty awesome.
Yeah, yeah, I fully agree. Actually, my first character was a rogue. My hunter was not my first character. I don't like you said your warrior was your first. So, yeah, I did lose the hunter during Burning Crusade due to somebody hacking my account. But
Ooh,
yeah, so that rogue is gone. Hitman Blood name was translated from that hunter, from that rogue. Excuse me. That rogue was originally named Hitman Blood, so I just transferred that name over to my hunter.
there you go. That is the way to do it. So, obviously, since Burning Crusade, we both played in Burning Crusade, obviously, since you just mentioned it. We had the mana system, we had the resource system aspect of the Viper, restoring mana, of course. How do you feel about the new Focus addition in the game versus mana? Do you like it better? Do you like it worse? What do you like about it?
Well, I look at the new resource system as a improvement in a PvE aspect in dungeons and raids because you save money on food,
Oh,
but
yeah,
the money
definitely.
isn't as important as now we're able to continually put out DPS in a steady stream. Because I remember back in Burning Crusade and Wrath, I rated as Beastmastery in Burning Crusade because that was basically the
Oh,
only raid
yeah,
spec.
represent.
Yeah, just the steady shot spam macro, So
Yes.
yeah, so back then you would be like high burst. Then right when you went out of mana, you had to hit your aspect of the Viper 50% reduced damage.
Oh,
It was
God.
like wow, you went from number one to like number three for like half the fight. Then you had to go back up. You had to build yourself back up. It wasn't as steady as good it is now. I do agree on one thing that mana was excellent for PvP because in PvP the situations weren't as long. Like in a duel, they're from a minute to 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Some duels last longer, some last shorter. But other than that, mana is a good thing for PvP. But as in a PvP standpoint, I'm liking focus. It's helping me stay better and putting out a steady stream of DPS.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I love the addition of Focus. I was actually getting a little bit bored of my hunter a little bit, doing the same rotations. Then they brought in focus, and I was like, wait a second, this is awesome, because it's not like, because I was always questioning, like, ever since I started, well, I'm a hunter, why do I have mana when a mage has mana, when a priest has mana? They're casting spells, you know, I'm shooting arrows and just choosing, like, I guess, from a RP sense, the type of poison or stings, you know, I want on my arrows, or how sharp I want my arrows to be, versus just casting a spell. So when focus came in, I was like, oh, this is awesome now. Now it's like on my own class versus just being a different subset of another class. I definitely agree with you in PvP. I never really thought about it that way, with the just PvP being versatile fights. And I noticed with hunters being a little bit weaker in PvP this expansion, I definitely see that as a reason, I guess, with losing the focus so quick. Versus mana, you could have like 10,000 mana, and like you could just burst them down, boom, 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 real quick. Versus focus, like you're down to 0, you got to charge it up a little bit and kite them around a little bit more. So I definitely see that. PvE, you hit it spot on, more consistent DPS versus aspect of the Viper with mana and everything. But I really just love the addition of focus. I think it adds a lot to the class and a lot more class mechanics that weren't there originally.
I fully agree. So, moving on, how do you see hunters compared to other classes now in PvP and in the PvE?
I'm going to get called a noob for this, but I think hunters just are not good in PvP right now. I mean, I might just suck at PvP, but I just can't do it. Like, I know there are some hunters with like the really high rated battleground teams and really high rated arena teams. Good for you guys. You guys have mastered the art of hunter PvP and kiting and getting people around the map, but I have not been able to do that in PvP. I get tanked on, I get torn to shreds. It's just awful. But PvE, definitely one of the more overpowered class, topping meters consistently with people who play hunters. It's just, I think they toned them down a little bit from the initial survival, but that immediately like came back once people caught on what was going on after the first patch, after Cataclysm was launched. So I still think hunters need a little bit more adjustment in PvE to be a little bit more balanced with the other classes.
Well, I see our main flaw right now is I agree that hunters aren't as good in PvP as they were back in, I say, Wrath and Burning Crusade. Well, because line of sight is a huge issue because we regenerate our focus through either steady shot or cobra shot. And when they're raping the pillars, just hiding behind those things, you know, it's pretty hard for us to get a steady stream of focus so we can get those attacks off. You know, how are you going to get the interrupt off if you don't have the focus or if they're behind the pillar? So I see it in battlegrounds, you know. My hunter now it has some resilience. It's not as squishy as it was. I'm doing pretty good in battlegrounds. I like to stay behind the scenes and just destroy people, get those nice 50k crits from aim shot, you know, have fun. But we do need some tuning, you know. Blizzard has a lot of excuses for the hunter, and they're just not doing it as well.
Yes, tuning is definitely a necessity. By the way, do you like pie?
Yes, I do like pie, man.
Pie's great. Pie is... What's your favorite type of pie?
Oh man, you ever try they actually I don't know if you ever tried this, but there is a cheesecake flavored pie. People do not know this. There's this nice pie shop about a couple blocks from my house, and they serve all sorts of pies, and they have a cheesecake flavored pie. This is insane.
Oh my god, that's like cake and pie.
It's
That is crazy.
It's a hunter's dream, man. It's a hunter's dream.
That is mind blowing. Wow. My personal favorite is banana cream. Let the hate roll in for that one, but I love it.
I actually like banana cream is good, man. That is I don't know why you would not like it.
Exactly. Haters gonna hate, but you know what? Whatever. So you were talking about Blizzard has excuses, you know, to make for the hunters, but they really aren't changing. So let's say you were on the Blizzard team. What's the one thing you would change about hunters in the upcoming patch? And I know they have the PTR out and everything, so there's knowledge about what's going to be going down. But if you could change something for the next patch, what would you change?
Well, that's a fairly good question. You know, that's difficult when people are asked about that. But one thing I would do is have hunters have an increased focus regen other than steady shot and cobra shot spam. You know, we need another way to regain our focus system because if there's any obstacle in our way, if you have any arena team, especially when I do arenas, hunters are the first thing they go after and the first thing they're able to get away from because once you have that pillar, once you have that object around you, you know, if you have faced a good opponent, all they have to do is just kite you and stay away from your line of sight, and you can't do anything to them, you know. So I would just try to make another way for hunters to get a focus resource.
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth on that one. Focus resource is definitely a necessity. I mean, I don't really mind the steady shot spam except on like, I mean, if my rotation gets screwed up, maybe in exterior source of focus would be good, but I know people are going to call this PvP imbalance, but aim shot with aspect of the fox on. Make it happen.
Oh yeah, they need to allow us to fire anything with aspects of the fox.
Aim shot. If I could fire aim shot off with aspect of the fox on, game over.
Oh man.
That is
It's just the whole reason for the aim shot nerf was because of too much PvP burst, which I see is
oh yeah.
ridiculous because I see mages and other classes all the time hitting us for 50, 60, 70K sometimes. I've been hit for 70K and I have resilience. So that when I see my aim shot hit for like 40K when the aim shot buff first came out, I was excited. And all it takes is a couple classes to start crying, then hunters get the nerf bad, but when we start if you ever check the hunter forums, you will see
Oh, the
how much
forums. Oh, yeah.
QQing we do. So yeah, it's just those things that we need to be adjusted. I would make sure there's a full dedicated hunter team because right now there are rumors and some people are saying that there is no hunter dev, but of course there probably is one, but I don't think
I'm
he's
sure
doing.
there's one. That's just people on the forums.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
Oh
just
my
don't think he's
god.
doing. I don't think he's doing such a good job at it.
I think Blizzard's doing the best they can. I mean, when you think about it in the large scheme of things, they have to balance like all these classes in PvE and PvP. That's got to be a tough job. That job has got to be worthy of head banging onto the desk while you're at work. That has got
Yeah,
to
you
be
know
like
they work hard. They work
they do.
hard. You know.
They do.
Except the hunter. Well, the big thing, I heard they're giving us a glyph that makes our pet bigger, so that's good.
Oh, that's awesome. That is that's funny as hell. That's
Yeah,
great.
the glyph of something where it just I forgot the name of it, but yeah, it should increase your pet size. So we'll see how that works out before they nerf that.
That rules. Now, do you have any other characters that you like to play? Maybe you're leveling up to make a new main or a side main, sort of like an alt 85 to raid on a little bit, and instead you're hunting
Well,
the PvP a little bit with.
like I said before, I do have my 85 druid. Tank a lot on him. He's my PvE tank class. And I do some PvP. I'm getting into PvP with him. I'm liking that he has so much more ways to get away from people to CC and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
And I also, if you guys have been watching my channel recently, I have a rogue. I've been doing a battleground leveling series where every bracket I just show a battleground, a random battleground. So 10 through 14, 15 through 19, etc., etc. So you can look out for that. I was leveling at mage, but I didn't really like it, so that's why I went towards the rogue.
Now with your rogue series in the battlegrounds, are you using any heirlooms with that, or are you just doing it like straight?
Well, I just recently got the heirloom daggers. I have basically every heirloom item except the ring and the helms. The helm is now available once your guild gets level 20. So my guild isn't level 20 yet, so I don't have the helm yet. So it's just the ring from the fishing dailies and the helm. But other than that, it's pretty funny when I just walk behind somebody and I get an instant killing blow. So you will enjoy that if you check it out. What about you, man?
Well, yeah, those heirlooms definitely got to give you a nice advantage in those battlegrounds. In Wrath, I played a Death Knight instead of a hunter because I went to the
Mm.
midnight launch of Wrath, and when I got home, I was like, well, I really don't feel like going all the way up to Northrend and trying out some quests. Why don't I just try out the Death Knight starting area? And after 10 minutes
Didn't
in the
every
Death
hunter
Knight
roll a
starting
Death Knight?
area, I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. And I mained the Death Knight in Wrath. I have a priest that's like level 51 right now, and priests, I'm gonna be honest here, they're up there with hunter on my favorite classes of the game in the game. If I had the attention
Mind
span
control.
to get a priest to 85, I would go shadow on him so quick and just play that because I love priests. And of course my let's play druid 1 to 85, not quite as clever as your battleground bracket leveling, but it is a straight questing let's play, checking out the new cataclysm content.
And both of those are great things. It's the best of both worlds. If my subscribers want to go check out all the quests going on, all the things like that, they can go check out your channel. If your subscribers are into some PvP leveling, they can check my channel out. They can just switch it up a little bit. I know we do similar things. Hopefully in the future we will continue to have something like this where we just have these dual commentaries, maybe a little more focused on gameplay one day. But
Definitely.
yeah, so we're pretty similar. I like that. I've been watching your channel for a while, yeah, now. So my subscribers can also check out your other gameplay videos. You play a lot of other games. I know you play Dead Space, you play StarCraft, you do a lot of things like that. I know they will really enjoy that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, and I know my subs are itching to get more WoW. So if you want some more WoW gameplay, guys, Hitmanbloodhunter, hit him up. He's got all the WoW you could ever want.
yeah, so I hope everybody watching this enjoyed it. That's about all from Hitman Blood. If you have anything to add, Fatiguu, just speak your mind.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for watching, guys. There will be links to both of our channels in the description of this video. So, of course, if you're not subscribed, then subscribe to Hitman Blood. Of course, Hitman Blood Hunter, Hitman Blood for short. I got in the habit of calling him Hitman Blood. I'm sorry, bro. But of course,
It's
and if
all
you would
good, man.
like, I'd be very appreciative if you guys over from Hitman's fan base would come over and check me out.
Exactly. Just if you're watching this on my channel, go check him out, and hopefully you guys will check me out. All right, guys. Till next time, this is Hitman Blood.
Thanks for watching, guys.